Well, guess who's pitching tonight? Yeah, he's the Nats ace, Max Scherzer. Last pups in the park for 2018.
I love Bulldogs.
There they are.
Those are Siamese poodles.
And so take those strikeouts, those dogs, add 7 strikeouts, and you got 10. So that's how many Max needs to make it to 300 tonight. You know, some people were not that happy with his performance last Friday, or Thursday rather, starting that series against the Mets. All he did was battle his way through 7 innings and pitch a good game on a night when he obviously didn't have all of his ace stuff.
Yeah, and he struck out 13, so the quest for 300 continues tonight. And the changeup was the story last Thursday against the Mets. Get this, he threw the changeup 27% of the time. That's the highest percentage he's used it all season long. The previous high, 18%, so almost 10% more with the changeup. He threw 28 of them. Lowest percentage of fastballs he's featured all year with just 42%. He only threw 44 fastballs against the Mets, so the off-speed was the key last start. So he gave up the home runs on some heaters, went to the slider, the cutter, and especially the changeup. So 10 lousy strikeouts, Max. Do you got it in you tonight?
7 of his last 11 starts, he's gone 10 plus, 17 times on the year, 81 times in his career. So we got a couple of big numbers to consider. 300 for Max, and then last night, Bryce made it to 100. RBIs, that is, for the first time in his career with that sac fly. So he's got career highs in games, RBIs, walks, and strikeouts now. And that's where the big boys live, at triple-digit RBIs. Bryce now a part of the club, and maybe he adds on tonight. Bank, there's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. Lovely night at the yard. Field's in good shape. Ground crew did some work. Field was covered. Good part of the day. Max is on the mound. It's a good night to be a Nats fan. 86 the humidity, 76 the temperature as we get started now for game number 158. JT Realmuto always hits well against the Nats. Look at that, 366. Couple of home runs and RBIs, and he's a guy that doesn't get a whole lot of protection in this very young lineup. He's also hitting .302 against right-handed pitchers. Pretty much they're regular guys, and the same for the Nats. We'll see that lineup later. So Max, 19th career start against Miami.
Brown's hitting 200 against the fastball, 188 against the slider, just 130 against his changeup, and 205 against the cutter. So 175 strikeouts at home this year in 18 starts. He's 9-3 at Nats Park with a 2.58. And here we go. The quest for 300 begins.
First up, JT Riddle. Run underway at 7:05. Yeah, Riddle got a long first inning, started last night with a base hit. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. He's 2 for 11 career against Max Scherzer. Told you about those 18 previous starts. Max 11-3, 3.09 against Miami. Faces them for the 5th time this year. He went, and there's number 1 to start the night. Home plate umpire Alan Porter, the 9-year veteran, calling it a swing.
291. This one on a changeup. Turn it over. Riddle couldn't stop. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And so far, so real good.
There's Miguel Rojas. He's one of the guys in this lineup who makes contact more often than not. And the ball is outside. Rojas on the year, 472 at bats, 68 strikeouts. 4 career hits against Max in 17 at bats.
Yeah, I looked at Max's start against the Marlins this year. This is his 5th start. On the 25th of May, 4 Ks. On July 7th, 3 Ks. July 27th, he had 11, and August 17th, his latest, he had 7. So 25 strikeouts in 4 starts against the Fish.
And this one straight up, right side. Who wants it? And Matt Wieters, ball hits off his glove. It's a foul ball, according to Chad Whitson, the first base umpire. It kind of looked like no infielders other than the catcher were taking charge right there.
Yeah, and I thought this was a fair ball. And this is Ryan Zimmerman's ball all the way. That's a tough play for Matt Wieters. Zim looking at Wieters. Wieters called the Zimmerman off, but that's a much easier play for Ryan Zimmerman, right? He was halfway to first. And Zim standing right there, but you saw Wieters wave his hand like almost like a fair catch saying, I got it, but Zim knows.
And they've given an error on that play.
It doesn't. If they deemed it would have landed foul, it doesn't matter if it hit his glove and landed foul. Well, maybe we get a strikeout out of it.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing.
There was a part of me thinking drop it, but I shouldn't have said that because we're looking for K's tonight.
Two balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Count goes full. Really got in on his hands and able to fight it off. Rojas straight back.
All right, defense for the Nats tonight. Soto, Harper, Eaton, your outfield. Turner, Rendon, left side. Defoe, Zimmerman, right side. Matt Wieters behind the plate. The Nats are 7-2 while wearing these Script Nationals blue jerseys this year. That's their record. And I love them.
The wardrobe inside the game. I like the info. This one out to right field, and Adam Eaton is right there, 2 down. And next up, the aforementioned all-star catcher, JT Realmuto. And against the Marlins, so it's 8 starts over the last 2 years. Only 2 no decisions. Dominant ERA. Opponent's batting average matches his opponent's batting average of this year, 188, that leads the league. 5 times as many strikeouts. Pretty good run support, by the way. Not that he needs a lot. And Realmuto takes one up in the zone. High fly ball left field. So Riddle strikes out, Rojas flies out, so does Rio Muto, and that's how Max Scherzer gets through a 1-2-3 first inning. Runs, top 5 in home runs. And we're going to feature the leadoff guy. 343 against the Fish. Adams hitting .320 in his last 31 games and .306 on the season against right-handed pitchers. So he's trying to make that late push to get his average up to 300. He spent a good part of the season once he got healthy over that mark. 26-year-old Jeff Brigham from the Seattle area. First career start against the Nats.
Yeah, 3 pitches, fastball, slider, change. 4th major league start. Called up September 1st. He was 10-3 in 3 levels of the minor leagues this year with a 2.36 ERA. The big leagues hasn't worked out as well. 0-3 with a 5.84. Last start on the 20th against the Reds. 2 runs on 3 hits over 5. Struck out 6, but walked 4. So he's got 10 strikeouts and 9 walks in 12 1/3. Got to make him throw strikes.
One on the off speed. Adam was on base his first 3 times last night. Couple of walks around the base hit, couple of runs scored, and that one really sails upstairs. 2-1.
Good take, just missed.
Brigham was involved in a mega deal back in 2015 involving the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Marlins. Some guy named Michael Morse was changing addresses there along with other players like Bronson Arroyo, Luis Avila, Jim Johnson, Alex Wood. It was just one of those mega deals. And this guy's the last one out of all that group to appear in the big leagues. And he walks his first man as Adam Eaton's aboard here in the first.
So now 10 strikeouts and 10 walks. Here's the Marlins defense tonight. This is the first time all year that I can remember, everybody, that we've had the same lineup for both teams 2 nights in a row, minus the pitchers. Exact same lineups for the Nats, exact same lineup for the Marlins. I don't think this has happened yet this year.
Well, Trey Turner making a lot of things happen. See how selective he is here. He went after the first one when he thought he saw a center cut fastball. That thing really skied high. Just now coming down into the second deck. He's hit in 12 straight. He has scored in 9 straight, and he's been on base in 24 straight games. And this one high in the air, straightaway center. Now that it's a little later in September, no first inning problems for outfielders in the twilight. Brinson for the first out.
Trey's an aggressive hitter, but Brigham wasn't close to Adam Eaton, and he came up real aggressive there. Got to get him in the zone.
So here's Bryce. First time in his career he starts a game as a 100 RBI man. Able to accomplish that with a well-hit fourth inning sacrifice fly last night. 36 RBIs for Bryce since the All-Star break. Off and running is Adam Eaton. Looked like a good jump. Good throw. Safe is the call from Bill Miller. Real Muto threw a rocket down there, and Adam Eaton able to beat it.
Tim Wallach on the phone. I thought it was close. There was no reaction from Riddle, which leads me to believe that Eaton got in there. Ooh. Did he have the tag on him when he slid by? Because there were no body parts on the bag, right? There was nothing on the bag. I don't think he kept the tag on him.
Well, the crew chief, Bill Miller, walking in, trying to hurry things up.
He might be out. I think he got him on the jersey, no?
Marlins are not going to challenge, and that's number 9 for Adam Eaton.
He had no body parts on the bag, and I thought the glove was on his jersey. All right.
Wow. Much higher average at home, but the power numbers, it's a push, and a good one.
I would say this. If you're an infielder in today's game, whether you're a second baseman, shortstop, or third baseman, if you don't keep the tag on a runner who's stealing a base all the way through the play right now, that's equal to making the first or the third out at third base now. I mean, it's almost a cardinal sin in baseball with replay not to keep your glove on the runner all the way through the play until timeout is called. There's no reason to tag and come out now. Just put your glove on the runner as he goes by the bag, just in case he comes off for a fraction of a second. That's an out nowadays, and we see it night in and night out. Just maybe that's ingrained. You tag him, you get the glove out, but the way the game has changed, you got to keep the glove on the runner the whole time, all the way till there's timeout.
2-2 to Harper. He'll see the change up and spit on it. Ball 3. So Bryce checks in as the 6th man in the league to make it to 100.
The holding the bag part of that, Carp, is the hard part. When you're going fast and say it's a day game, the infield's drier tonight, they really didn't water it because it's been saturated. And you just don't know the speed of your slide based on the surface on a given night. The first time you slide, you don't come out and practice at 2 o'clock sliding. You don't know if it's going to catch with a wet grass or wet dirt, or it's going to be dry and with the diamond dry and you fly by it.
3-2. Another walk for Bryce, number 127. 2 walks in the inning by the rookie.
All right, last night, this is one of my favorite taters of the year. 48 degrees on the launch angle, right up the elevator shaft. Check out the StatCast on it. That has to be one of the highest homers of the year, right?
Wow.
Little breeze blowing from right to left. Might have aided that a little bit, but it stayed in the air forever.
4th homer in Major League Baseball this year to have a launch angle of at least 48 degrees. Bryce had one into the wind at Wrigley Field 3 years ago that was tracked at 49 degrees.
He threw his bat down in disgust. You remember that?
I know.
He hit it, he threw his bat down, and then it landed in the basket in Wrigley.
And by the way, right after that, Juan Soto's went 22 degrees, and they all count the same. That was interesting. So Rendon's been on base 32 games in a row. Anthony having some of the best stretches of offense of his entire big league career, as is Trey Turner, who has made it out in this inning. Anthony over his last 20 games hitting just under .390. There goes another one. See you later. 3-0 Nats, and Anthony Rendon's RBI total is up to 90.
There goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. Anthony Rendon with number 24. And the launch angle was 24 degrees. So we just showed you one with 48, now one with 24. That might be the biggest disparity in back-to-back home runs with launch angle this year. Hey, one more game tomorrow and 3 in Colorado. 10 RBI is not out of the question. Driving in 100 is on the table right now for Anthony Rendon.
Reading my mind. It could happen.
Drove in 100 last year.
That ball was roasted. Big swing by Soto. Well, maybe Juan will follow that one up now with a towering fly ball of his own as the contrast continues. Rendon, 24 homers and 90 batted in. And oh, by the way, on base 33 games in a row now. Got to touch them all that time.
Take a swig, earned it.
Soto right side. Miguel Rojas. Juan's running hard. 2 down.
Fastball, where was it? Almost center square, upper middle square. Nice catch. Boy, he's fun to watch. Makes everything look so easy. Came in at 93, left at 107.
6th national to bat here, Ryan Zimmerman. Came out after 3 plate appearances last night. Mark Reynolds replaced him at first. Breaking ball off to the right. 1-1. Ryan, 305 last 42 games. Pitch up, couldn't get to it. Inning over, but 2 walks. Eaton and Harper taking their bases on balls. And then Anthony Rendon bringing everybody home. The man is absolutely white hot right now. And the Nats, after 1, lead by 3.
There goes the shutout. Top of the second inning. Let's go back to the bottom of the first. Look at that thing just run right back into the turbo zone. StatCast AI powered by AWS. 107, 24 degrees on the launch angle, 401 feet. And everybody gets to jog.
Here's Pete O'Brien against Max Scherzer. No swing, says Chad Whitson, the first base umpire. First inning, Max 1 strikeout, 12 pitches, 9 strikes. Challenge fastball right in there, and it's right by him. Young slugger faces Scherzer for the first time. So the heater followed up by the slider. .329th career start. Strikeout number 2, keeping the ball down. So he showed him a fastball, then it was slide, slide, slide from there.
So if he gets 10 tonight, it's probably his last start. If he doesn't, he has a chance to pitch Sunday in Colorado. Who knows, he'd come out of the bullpen too if he's close. But he wants this bad, folks. This is something that he's really circled, and he wants his 300 Ks. So 8 more.
Brian Anderson. Oh for 7 against Scherzer with a base on balls and 3 walks. Pardon me, 3 strikeouts. And this one high in the air, right center. Everybody in the yard could hear Adam Eaton. I got it about 4 times. 2 down. When you're talking Cars, you're talking Coons. Let's have a look at some league leaders. Seasons with 300 strikeouts. Chris Sale, the last one to do it. Randy Johnson did it 6 times. Pedro has the franchise record at P. I know you did a little search into that.
305.
So these are the guys since 1980, and they are pitchers who could strike out a lot of people in any era. Every one of those guys kind of an old school power pitcher with tremendous given talent and the ability to use it to miss bats.
Every one of those dudes was mean too, like in their own way. Pedro would drill you if you swung too hard. Same with Nolan. Randy Johnson was just scary when he was out there. He was like 7'7" and letting go of the ball right in front of your face. Max has got the intangibles too. So I think when you look at those guys, it's stuff plus makeup.
Yeah.
When you show that list. And you got to be a bad dude to strike people out. It's not like you just go out there and you're like, hi, how are you? Oh, struck you out. No, you got to have that bulldog and that. Well, there's other words, but you know.
Oh, tried to paint inside. It is quite muggy tonight. Max working up a good sweat. Look at that changeup. So 2 innings, 6 in a row retired, 3 on strikes. Max off to a great start, and so is his offense. representing the Washington area Toyota dealers, presented a check for $55,000 to Susan Penfield, Jenny Luca from the Children's Inn at NIH, part of their Toyota Case for Kids program. The Children's Inn provides a free home away from home for kids and families participating in pediatric research, clinical care at the National Institutes of Health. $44 for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. Thank you, Washington area Toyota dealers. We're always asking, what drives you? Well, what drives them is helping children and their families. Thank you, Toyota. Bottom of the second, here's Matt Wieters.
That check said 55,000 plus, which means 3 more to it.
And a whole lot more, hopefully, by the time this evening and 4 other games are done.
I've always wanted a check like that.
Write yourself one.
Oh, like Happy Gilmore, and just throw it in the back of your car. Walk into the bank with that check and cash it that big.
And that one too hot for Rojas to get to it. Matt Wieters continues to swing a good bat, hitting around 290 now over his last 28 starts, plus 1 AB tonight.
Swing it. Change up in the zone. You see where Max's change is. The difference in 2 changeups. Max's has been down around the knees, then fading toward the ankles. That was above the belt, letter high, and that's what happens to those.
Here's Wilmer Defoe. 252 left-handed this year. And still hitting around low 290s at home. The exact number is 293 with an on-base percentage here at Nationals Park of 353.
Really getting underneath the fastball, kind of dropping down the arm, and the changeup too.
Well, he walked Eaton to lead off the game, his game, bottom of the first. 1 out later, walked Bryce Harper, and it was a disaster for Brigham and the Marlins when Anthony Rendon hit one out of the yard. 3-0. 4-pitch walk, 2 on, nobody out.
Is there anything left in Teddy's garage? Fans who purchase a special ticket to the game also receive their choice of available garage sale items. There's probably great stuff left from this season and past seasons. Visit Nationals.com for more details. Teddy's garage sale.
Well, Max Scherzer has a chance to do something with a runner in scoring position here. He's driven in 6 runs this year, 17 hits. So 254 this year, getting his career average up to 196. Looking to bunt. Somebody hollered 3, and there's a play over there. Now they're going for 2, and Anderson throws the ball away. Scherzer will end up at second. Defoe will motor over to third. So it kind of ends up the way the Nats wanted it. 1 out, runners at second and third, but it's Scherzer running instead of Wieters.
All right, check it out. Too hard, right back to Brigham. He does his job. Look at Max run. And then hustling all over the bases. A lot of times when you see a 4-pitch walk, you'll see a pitcher take out of a bunt stance just to get the pitcher back in the zone. But like you said, it worked out either way.
There's Adam Eaton, infield in. And the Marlins know they can't afford to fall any farther behind Max Scherzer.
That's about what, 7 balls in a row, 4 straight to Defoe. That ball that Max bunted was up, but now 2 to Adam.
Yeah, Brigham's 4th start, 5.84 ERA coming in. A lot of it to blame on the control numbers that FP laid on you back in the 1st inning when he took them out. So more balls than strikes. By the way, that scoring play was a fielder's choice bunt for Scherzer. E5 allowed Defoe to 3rd and Scherzer to 2nd.
Infield in, good wheels at 3rd. You thinking up by 3, contact play all the way right here. Sees it on the ground, he's going to go.
3-1. Does he have to swing? Nope, it's outside. Bases loaded. 4 walks in the first 10 batters. 2 of them to Adam Eaton. And a visit from Juan Nieves, the Miami pitching coach.
Really quick with his front side. That shoulder's flying, the arm's dragging, and he can't command the ball down in the zone because his release point's late. Maybe a little over amped. All right, for every Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. The Nats have drawn 613 walks for $30,650. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Trey Turner has 1 grand slam against the Marlins in this yard this year. Red Sox had just left town. The Marlins came in, led the Nationals 9-0 in the 4th inning. Nats got a run, and then Turner exploded for 1 in the 5th inning, and the comeback was on. The Nats had scored 5 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and win it 14-12. Turner was batting leadoff that night, had 8 runs batted in. Hot shot. And on 1 hop, that's how you can turn a double play on Trey Turner. Hit it hard. Anderson turns it around the horn. And the Nats fail to score in the 2nd, still 3-0.
One more game tomorrow, 4 o'clock start. Marlins still in town. You are the best fans in baseball. We'll give you all kinds of free goodies. Come out to the ballpark. Get your tickets at nationals.com. I think that's a Bernadoodle. that loves hot dogs. Look at that.
Yeah. If
Now,
the master takes a bite here,
I don't need. We can't show that. That's your favorite food, Carp. We forgot to talk about that on our little drive around town yesterday. Good boy.
That's
good
in
boy.
25 minutes in the car, you and I never took a breath.
Like the dogs go to the electric chair. Look at that. Last meal ever.
Okay. I'm glad the master didn't join in there.
See how that goes about 5 hours from now.
Austin Dean, Magneuris Sierra, and Jeff Brigham for the Marlins in the top of the third. Max Scherzer, 24 pitches, 16 strikes. 3 Ks, 3 fly balls. That was the curve. A lot of right-handed batters in the Miami lineup tonight. And you're wondering how good a slider Max might have against all those righties. Well, so far so good. Then he mixes in a few curves about 8 or 9 miles an hour slower. Then there's the heater at 94. Stalking win number 18 tonight and career win number 159. Loud grunt, fastball in, 2-2. Let's go inside the numbers. PNC Bank, make today the day. So if anything, after winning the Cy Young Award, FP, you made this point many times, he's having a better year in 18. ERA slightly up.
A little more competition possibly.
And down goes Dean. It got him. That was a changeup that got away from Max. First base runner for Miami.
Changeup just got away, kind of rolled off the pinky. Got him right in the 4. I think he went down because he thought it was a fastball. Maybe the hit by pitch fooled him, and then he realized it was a change, and he popped up real quick. That is out of here.
Wow. That's a long bunt from Magneuris Sierra. Bunting in the number 8 spot. With the pitcher, the rookie pitcher on deck.
As somebody asked earlier, because of the Wieters drop pop-up, if it would still be a perfect game just because there was an error, and yes, it would have been. Didn't want to mention it till somebody reached first.
And this one to the left side for Anthony Rendon. First out, third inning. Now he faces the rookie pitcher, who's 1 for 3 as a big league hitter. Yeah, perfect game is 27 batters up, 27 batters down, and even if an error is made on a foul ball, that nobody ever reached base. It would be kind of a weird line to see a perfect game with an error on the board.
Yeah.
But errors can be given on foul balls, and we've seen it many times. Touches that one nicely. Zimmerman scoops and throws to Defoe. 2 down. Austin Dean to second. Well, let's get ready for baseball's postseason. It begins October 2nd. Go to MLB.com/postseason for the full schedule. And there's some talk around the National League about the Dodgers, the Rockies, the Cardinals, the Brewers. There's a possibility of some play-in games now that could happen as early as next Monday if some people end up tied. like playing games to get a wild card spot. It could happen, and it has before. In fact, the Rockies were involved in that back in '07 when they went on that unbelievable September run. They had to play a play-in game to become the wild card, and eventually they met the Red Sox in the World Series.
I like it. I'm rooting for just absolute mayhem.
Chaos, yeah.
Chaos. I just want to see it. I want to see a play-in game for a play-in game to the play-in game.
And we mentioned this the other day. That's why on the last day of the season, all the games, 3 o'clock Eastern, start at the same time, so that nobody's pulling players out of a ball game because they've already clinched something, whatever. People are all playing at the same time, and there could be some ties going into those games on Sunday afternoon. Max Scherzer brought the slider from the outside back into the edge. 1-1. Swing and a miss on the 94. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Little riser. Little runner.
Fans are into this 2-strike thing.
Well, they know.
I heard a bunch of cheers after strike 1. And then when it got to 2, they started clapping in unison. Walks, hits per innings pitch for Max, 0.92 coming into this season. Nothing unusual for him. 2-2.
I think he got him with a changeup on a check swing first time.
Yeah, Wieters dug it out, tagged out the batter. So JT Riddle up there with a runner in scoring position. That's a cold third strike on the outside edge. A K in the first, 2 in the second, 1 here in the third. And here's Wells Fargo with a look ahead to what's coming up. First of all, it's Bryce, who walked and scored ahead of a monster home run by that guy, Anthony Rendon. Juan Soto to follow. Nats already on top 3-0. Fish, Harper, Rendon, Soto. So Bryce now has walked 127 times. He scored his 100th run, so that gets him into this category. with 100 runs, 100 RBIs, 100 walks in a season. And some guys have done it over the last 4 years or so, and Bryce joins a really good list. Strike call. 1-2. So Bryce has 65 extra base hits, 11th in the league. Anthony Rendon has collected his 67th tonight. Now the Marlins shift dramatically with a 1-2 count here. Guys scrambling all over the place on the right side.
This could be his last night game at Nats Park as a Nat. Never know. Some interesting quotes in the Post today talking about how this is all he's ever known. Grew up here, 19 years old, got married here. It's all he knows is coming to this ballpark and playing in front of these people, Nats fans, this crowd.
He gashes one to center on the ground, cut off by Brinson. Bryce wants another extra base hit. He is safe at second. So Rendon has 67, Bryce has 66. The numbers 3 and 4 batters in this lineup are having great Septembers.
All right, great swing, great hustle. You could see Brinson going away from the play. Location mistake. JT Realmuto wanted it outside, the ball right down the middle. Even though Brinson hustling over, he was going away from the play. Anytime you see an outfielder going away from the play, regardless of arm strength, you're going to go. He has to hit the brakes, turn around, not going to get a lot on the throw. Bryce took all that into account. He knows. So a hustle double here to start the third. Nice swing, good hustle.
Yeah, pick your poison here, Don Mattingly. Anthony Rendon with first base open or Juan Soto. Nats have out hit the Marlins 3-0 now, and that gets Rendon. So first base no longer open.
Truck's making a call right here. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's Inn and the National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this year. Lexus experience amazing.
Adventurous night for young Jeff Brigham. A hit batter. He's already walked 4 guys, given up a home run. He did get Soto on a ground ball to second first time up. Way outside, 2-0. "50 pitches already. Yeah, Soto all in on the 2-0.
Visitator last night, number 21. Needs 24 for the record, 22 to catch Bryce Harper, 24 to tie the record. Canigliaro hit 24 when he was a teenager. Bryce hit 22 when he was a teenager. And if he keeps hitting more home runs than how old he is, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, wait till he's 40. What did he hit? 14 in the minor leagues, so 35 home runs this year for Juan Soto. He could be a 40 home run guy and hit 300. Kevin Long told me about a week ago that it's one of the most perfect swings he's ever seen. Technically perfect. There's not a thing he needs to do different.
Hot shot, backhand play O'Brien. Return throw, and the Marlins turn a 3-6-1 double play to get 2 outs, and Bryce Harper ending up at third. So on 2 hard hit balls last inning and this time around, they've turned 4 outs.
Whoa. Foot on the bag, boys and girls. What'd you think? They're not checking. Tippy toe on the bag.
By the way, your point on Soto well taken. 373 at Hagerstown, 371 at Potomac, 323 at Harrisburg.
Somebody add them up.
No stop in Syracuse was necessary.
Somebody add up the averages and all the totals. I want to know. Yeah. I'll do it.
Well, you know how many games he played figures in. I tell you, what a season. 16 games at Hagerstown, 15 at Potomac, and 8 at Harrisburg. And boom, you're in the big leagues.
Future.
I mean, at the start of last season, he was in the Gulf Coast League with a bunch of kids down in West Palm. 9 games there, and then on to Hagerstown he went. Unbelievable rise. Ryan Zimmerman takes one inside, 2-1.
Had 55 hits in the minors, 14 homers.
Ooh, Ryan Zimmerman all over that thing. It went absolutely straight back.
So 117 plus 55. $172 hits on the season. Is that good? And 35 home runs. He had 52 RBI in the minors, so 52 plus
66. 113. 118, right? That's on the front door, and Ryan Zimmerman's out. Real Muto threw the ball down to Anderson. They do that when they get a third out, and they kind of confused Bryce Harper at third. What's that throw doing going by?
What else did we show you tonight? 6 shy, folks. He needs 6 more for 300. "39 pitches so far, 25 of them for strikes." And here we go to start the top of the 4th.
Yeah, the only ground ball out, the sacrifice bunt by Brigham last inning. Big curveball. Miguel Rojas, fly ball to right first time. That one hit pretty well out to left center. He got around that slider. Rojas, big round to the bag, and Soto freezes him with a very good play and throw.
Well, I was thinking it, even though it's just the top of the fourth, and I thought it would be a tremendous resume builder to throw a no-hitter on top of what he's done this year. There's the first knock of the night for the Marlins. Nice play by Juan Soto to keep the double play in order.
Yeah, Rojas is the kind of guy I mentioned earlier. He puts the bat on the ball. Those are the toughest kind of guys to get out 3 or 4 times when you've got a special night going. Here's Real Muto, who skied one to left first time, and that's ball 1 inside. Jammed him, and that's unreachable. We're talking about Max trying to get that first 300 strikeout season. If you go back to 1900, we saw Randy Johnson. Nolan Ryan ties Randy Johnson for the most seasons with 6. Sandy Koufax and Curt Schilling had 3 each. And then on the 2 list, Walter Johnson with Pedro, J.R. Richard, Rube Waddell, and Sam McDowell. Multiple seasons with 300 strikeouts. There's another high fly ball to left. Soto coming in and over for it. Another fly ball out. First out, 4th inning.
All right, 2019 Nats Plus memberships are on sale now. Join the best member benefits program in all of baseball. Get the best seats for the 2019 season, all while saving money compared to single game ticket prices. For information or to become a Nats Plus member, visit nationals.com/2019. So the totals between the minors and the majors: 172 hits, 35 homers, 118 driven in. 33 doubles and 106 runs scored, and he's, Carp helped me out, 172 for 549 before tonight. 172 for 549.
Okay.
So that would be his average combined from the minors and the majors. I didn't get that far. I mean, is that
313?
What is it?
313.
Is that a good season?
That's pretty good.
35, 118, 106 runs scored. 172 hits and counting.
Power heater by Max upstairs, 2-0.
And maybe that's how you separate Acuna Jr. and Soto. Get Ronald Acuna Jr.'s minor league stats and add them all together, and that's how you do rookie of the year. What do you think?
Well, I've got some Atlanta notes here. Let's see if I made note of what he did before he got called up. Yeah, he played 17 games at AAA Gwinnett before they called him up and hit 232.
Oh, there you go. You're looking at the rookie of the year then.
And then Acuna came up and hit 265 in 29 games before he had that accident at first base and busted up his left knee and his lower back. Fortunately, he was okay to come back, as when we saw him go down with that injury, everybody with the Braves, a lot of people around baseball were fearing the worst. Check swing, and that thing takes off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
All right, here's the race. What do you got? I mean, he's got him in homers by 5, and that's it. And Juan's going to Colorado. If he gets that up to 23 and sets the teenage record, I think it's his. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s got a division championship. If that matters, I think it does.
2-2 to O'Brien. Swing and a miss. Number 5 for Max. O'Brien hacking twice. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
5 more to 300. Number 295, a fastball past Peter O'Brien, right down the middle, and just beat him.
By the way, Max tonight has passed Jamie Moyer on the all-time list. Max is approaching 40th all-time. So right now he's got 2,444 and trying to make it 5 more for 300 this season. Anderson, fly ball to right first time.
Close.
That ball hanging a bit. He got around it, drops it down the left field line. Rojas, good speed, heading for third. Freddie Gonzalez will send him. Relay is high. Soto missed the cutoff man. Not sure they had a chance to get Rojas. And the Marlins are on the board with a Brian Anderson RBI.
Well, it seemed like Juan Soto was playing over by the bullpen. He ran about 50 yards for this ball. Watch where he starts. I mean, nice swing by Anderson, staying through the off-speed pitch, keeping it fair. But it seemed like it took Juan a while to get over there because of where he started. It wasn't because he was loafing. He was running as hard as he could. Good throw to Trey Turner. He got to play at the plate, but he spun and didn't pick up his target and missed the cutoff man.
3-1 now, and Anderson, 62nd RBI. He's having a good rookie year. And next up is Lewis Brinson. That was a tied the ball game, if I can, swing. One. Brinson struck out to end the second, so he was strikeout victim number 3. All right, 2 strikes.
Well executed slider for the win here. We'll see. Crowd's starting to get into it a little bit.
All right, here they go.
Shook him off. Shook him off. Here we go.
Number 6 and number 296. So Max picks up 2 Ks in the 4th despite giving up a run. The Nats on top 3-1. No chance on this one.
I think he shook off a slider, then shook off a changeup and said, I want the fastball up, and he was right.
facing Oppo in the outfield. Tom, Abe, Teddy. And they're evidently holding him back so George can win. He had already clinched the pennant, George did, with his 28th win last night. He's got 29. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. And if you want to re-wreck that at home, it might take you 15 minutes to figure out what was actually happening there, because we have no idea.
I'd be kind of nervous to watch that over.
Matt Wieters, Wilmer Defoe, and Max Scherzer, bottom of the fourth. Nats have 3 hits tonight, and they were all gashed. Rendon's homer. Wieters rocket past Rojas for a single in the second. Then Bryce Harper's double out to deep right center. Somehow the rookie Jeff Brigham has managed to keep this. 3 runs on the board for the Nats, and they just picked up a run. A couple of double plays, huge for him in the second and the third. That's well hit out to left center. And Matt Wieters plugging the gap into the bullpen for a double. He's 2 for 2.
That was a good swing. So he got on top of a high changeup first time up, roped it to right. This time he stays back, lets the ball get deep on an up and away fastball. So Brigham's biggest problem tonight is, besides command, he's been up with everything. And Matt Wieters, a good high ball hitter. Drills one in the gap.
Last night he took Javi Guerra Oppo for a home run. So Matt Wieters swinging a great bat. Here's Wilmer Defoe. He walked first time. This one opposite way, out of play. Bullpen busy for the Marlins at Drew Rosinski. Their ERA for the staff, 4.78, worst in the league. On the road, the Marlins' earned run average is 6.28. A lot of young pitchers trying to figure out how to get people out away from home.
A lot of young pitchers trying to figure out how to get people out at the highest level, and that's never easy.
Yeah.
When you're in rebuilding mode, you're seeing if guys can pitch at this level. So Don Mattingly, the organization, probably rushing guys to see if they can pitch here, and this is a tough place to learn. The toughest.
Defoe, short right center, falling, and a diving catch by Brinson. Lewis Brinson, for a while, didn't look like he was going to be able to get there. 1 out. Great effort.
Long strides, picking up a lot of ground with every step, and that ball stayed in the air for a long time. And a tremendous catch by the Marlins center fielder Robin Wilmer Defoe of a bloop single.
Here's Max. They can swing away this time. There's already a runner in scoring position. Alan Porter calls it a strike. And this one popped up short right. Rojas and Sierra. Right fielder has it. 2 down. By the way, we haven't mentioned, and you take your little victories where you can get them. Nats won last night. Phillies lost, so the Nats passed them. Second place right now. No better time to act than today to try to keep things going. PNC make today the day. And we heard all summer long about Will Crowe, who went 11-0 at Potomac in 15 starts. Some bumps in the road when he got to the Double-A level. Opponent's batting average up, ERA up, but good things ahead, hopefully, for Will Crowe. And we'll see one of the Nats youngsters tomorrow. Tanner Roark will not be making the start, but Kyle McGowan will make his first big league start after appearing in 3 ball games in relief. Davey Martinez was talking about his sinker today. So this one over by the left field line goes into foul ground off the bat of Eaton. Anderson has it, and the Nats are done in the fourth. The inning, which is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
The major league level do not come game ready. This is a process that goes on every single day at Nationals Park. The one on the left of your screen, brand new. They call it a pearl. The one on the right is rubbed up with mud. Every single day they go through this process. You can't really see too much of a difference, but there is a big one in terms of the texture. They're rubbed up here at Nationals Park by Andrew Melnick. Does it before every game. The mud used is called Lena Blackburn rubbing mud. It's found at a secret location in New Jersey. I'm serious about that. Melnick will rub up at least 2 cases of brand new balls every single day. That's 144 baseballs. Sometimes they need more depending on extra innings or an abundance of foul balls. The home team's personnel always does it. Then they take them to the umps for approval. You go to different ballparks, you've got different employees rubbing them up. So some will be a little darker than others. Some pitchers like them a little darker with a little more texture. But that's the process, guys, every single day here at Nationals Park. Andrew Melnick getting the baseballs game ready.
Yeah, baseball rubbing mud is what they call it. And that secret location is thought to be somewhere in New Jersey along or near the Delaware River. And it's interesting, FP, because it wasn't that long ago when the umpire who had home plate that night was the one rubbing up the baseballs.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore. Now it's club personnel who does it.
Yeah, Andrew, leg day? Never heard of it.
Did you see Andrew's guns
That's
from
what I'm
rubbing up all
saying.
those baseballs?
Mixing a leg day.
Yeah, wow.
I'm going to do buys and tries all week. Well, I guess if you rub up baseballs every night, you get 20-inch guns.
And by the way, the mud, this may sound funny, the mud is cleaned and screened before it is sold. And thousands of pounds of that get stored for eventual use during the baseball season. Well done, Dan. A little look inside the clubhouse down there. Home club is required to do that. And Max Scherzer has now struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters. Austin Dean goes down there, and that's number 7.
297, 3 more. Nasty slide piece, 84 miles an hour. Opponent's hitting 188 against that pitch this year.
Magneuris Sierra.
Boy, I'm getting all kinds of text messages right now from my friends in Colorado that work for the Rockies that want Max to get 10 strikeouts here tonight so he doesn't pitch Sunday.
Yeah, they have a lot. I mean, the Nats are going to have a big say in who's the eventual second wild card winner the way this thing's going.
And everyone asking me if he's going to pitch on Sunday, and we're saying we're hearing if he gets 10 tonight, no. But you never know. Max might want him.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. You saw Derek Dietrich on deck.
And this is where everyone needs to get on their feet. I don't know how many people know how close he's getting to 300. Maybe flash it on the scoreboard or something, get everybody going.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Sierra. Bang! And he just got a piece of it.
That might
Went
be,
after him with the heater.
That might be the emergency hack of all times. He literally took that out of Matt Wieder's glove like he was swatting flies. Watch this. I mean, literally out of his glove.
Serves one up the middle. To his left, Trey Turner. That kid can run, and Trey got him by a step, 2 down.
Audible groan from the crowd as he put it into play with 2 strikes.
Now Derek Dietrich retreats. He's got more pop than Rafael Ortega. So now that there's not a man on base, Ortega will be the pinch hitter. And he's 2 for 3 against Max. So 5 innings for Jeff Brigham. 4 hits, 3 runs. Struck out a couple of guys, walked 4, hit a batter. But he managed to get through those 5 innings with the only runs coming on the Rendon homer in the first. On the edge, Alan Porter calls a strike.
I'm thinking how Max is thinking tonight, and he's so cerebral out there. It's so important to stay with the process, right, and not think if I strike out 10, I strike out 300. But that's so much easier said than done. He knows it. He wants it.
Line drive over the reach of Zimmerman. Base hit for Ortega. And that kid is 3 out of 4 in his appearances against Max Scherzer. Marlins have their 3rd base hit, top of the order now, and JT Riddle, who Scherzer has struck out twice.
I guess my point is that the focus has got to be so fine in the moment on this pitch, because if you let your mind wander to the result before you execute the plan, you won't get to the result. And the result's a big one tonight. We showed you how many guys have done that in the history of baseball. So
in the air, left side. The 5th inning will end if Trey catches it, with Max Scherzer having struck out 7 Marlins tonight. 3-1 Nats. 70 pitches, 47 strikes for Max. 3-1 Nationals lead. Into the bullpen for the Marlins we go with Drew Rucinski. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com.
Fastball, slider, cut fastball, split is the out pitch. Fastball 94. So somebody asked me a good question on Twitter. Why do they rub up the baseballs? So the one that Dan showed that wasn't rubbed up, they're real slick. They kind of have a slick feel to them, a film over them, if you will, when they're brand new. And for safety and for grip,
yeah,
for the pitchers, that's why they rub them up. Kind of takes that film off and gets right down to the leather, and it's easier for the pitchers to grip, the infielders to throw. There were times when you'd go into a ballpark, they rubbed them up so dark you had trouble seeing them as a hitter. They would be that dark back in the day when the umpires did it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly when the umpires stopped rubbing up the baseballs. Haven't been able to find the specifics on that. But I know it's been within the last, I don't know, 12 to 15 years maybe. Because I distinctly remember maybe early part of 2000s going in to see certain umpires before the ball game, and the home plate umpire would be sitting there with that tub of mud rubbing up the baseballs.
Well, that was before you threw it out after everything hit the dirt. So they didn't have to rub up as many back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they used less baseballs. Now if the ball hits the dirt on the throw down to second, a throw across the infield to first, that ball's gone. So the shelf life of a baseball is a lot shorter now, and there's more to rub up. And let's face it, umpires are lazy.
And nobody in the ball club is going to challenge Andrew to an arm wrestling match.
No.
Bryce Harper has walked, scored, and doubled. Well, I'll tell you something that backs up your point right here. I'm looking at an article from 1999 New York Times that says umpires would rub down 6 dozen baseballs before a game. So they stayed in play a lot longer than they do now. Now they're, what, said 10, 12 dozen a game? Bryce Harper takes the fastball, and it's 2-0. Bryce facing Rucinski for the first time. 29-year-old right-hander. Born in Wisconsin, played high school ball at Union High School in Tulsa, went on to the Ohio State University. And Bryce hacking on 3-0. Why not? It's a possibility by the end of the season in his career he will have walked upwards of 600 times. So you could make an argument that in Bryce's first 7 big league seasons he's only been able to swing the bat for 6. And there goes another one. 2 tonight and 128 on the year.
All right, time for your Ford drive of the game. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Tony 4 bags lately, right? One last night, a helium homer. This one in the first inning. A low linear. Consistent in everything he does, but consistently great, not just good.
Rendon hit by the first pitch he saw from Brigham back in the 3rd after Harper's double. Taking his game to another gear when there are men on base. Like that swing. One hopper to Dean in left, and Anthony Rendon is 2 for 2. And his batting average is going to be around 310 now.
He's in such a rhythm. He's got that slightly open stance. The hands are low, and then the last minute he just has a little set where he's just in such a groove right now, rhythm-wise. Watch this, right there. He's comfortable. Then he takes the hands back, puts the foot down, and it's just kind of like you can just see the timing and the rhythm of it. It's just as sweet as it gets. You could tell before he swung he was going to get a hit there just by the way he started his swing.
Soto a ground ball to the second baseman. Then he pulled one hard down to O'Brien at first for a 3-6-1 double play. So the Nats have had numerous opportunities with multiple men on base, and now Soto wants to cash in here. Low and away.
Check it out. So watch him set his hands. Right there is the comfy part, right? Now watch this watch this, boom. See the rhythm there? Just all one motion, the hands, the foot, then it's all one motion, and then I go. One motion, and then I go. Just on time like I've never seen him. It's beautiful.
Up the middle to the bag. Throw across his body. Safe is the call. Rojas got one out, and it's just couldn't get it on a fly over to O'Brien. So Harper ends up at third on the second out.
Yeah, good glove play right here. Was initially going to backhand it. He saw his shortstop hit the deck, so he knew it was all him on the turn. And then doesn't get any help from his first baseman. Not a bad throw on the run. Pretty nifty play by Miguel Rojas.
So runners at first and third, 2 outs, and Ryan Zimmerman. Outside edge. Ryan 0 for 2 against Rucinski. Up the middle. Ball might have hit the side of the mound. Shortstop, and a stretch by O'Brien. Riddle gets it to him. And the Nats strand 2 more. They've left 6 through 5 innings. Max is dealing 3-1 lead. $100,000 jobs since 2015. Maryland open for business. Be part of the action at open.maryland.gov.
I like him kind of burnt.
Yeah.
I do.
Got to be charred a little bit.
Caramelized is the right word.
Caramelized brats?
Yep. I like
Okay.
a little caramelized.
Fish in a box. So Ortega has a pinch hit single off the bench. Big hit for them. Brian Anderson's RBI double. Drove in Miguel Rojas 2 innings ago. So here comes Max. Rojas third time around. He's flied to right and singled to left center. Jammed him. Pop up right side. Zimmerman scrambling. Scherzer could have made the play, and Ryan called him off.
I'm finding myself in the same place I was when Max struck out 20 against the Tigers. I don't want guys to put the ball in play right now. I'm just straight fan mode right now, rooting for 3 more. I think there was a play late in that game, and it was a foul ball down the right field line. I'm thinking to myself, get in the stands. Get in. And Zimmerman was going for it down the right field line, and I wanted it to be a souvenir because there was 2 strikes. And I'm thinking the same thing right now.
JT Real Muto, 2 towering fly balls to Soto. He's 3 for 35 career against Max Scherzer. A solo homer. 10 strikeouts, but contact twice tonight.
Oh.
Wow, a lot of break on that slider.
Another one, por favor. Just like that. That was filth. That one just kind of caught right when it got to the dirt, didn't it? Spinning the whole way, looked like a fastball. Caught right when it got to the dirt and hung a left.
Did he go? He did, says Chad Whitson. Number 8 and 298 for Max Scherzer.
Stocking, 2 more. Turned over the changeup. 3 filthy pitches there. Well, the first one he squared to bunt, then slider and change, and there's Max's wife, Erica. Only 2 more, Erica.
Yeah,
2 more.
Yeah, 2. Yeah. There's Peter O'Brien. He has struck out twice.
Get foul. Hey, what do we got left? Let's be fans up here. I mean, total fan mode right now.
So the big curve and then the heater at 94.
You get 2 ways to go here. If a fastball up, slider away, both work. And let's hear if the fans get into it right now. Some high cheese works.
Contact upstairs, right side. Long run for Ryan Zimmerman. And he just couldn't get there before he hit the rail.
Good try. Good hustle. Heads up, Tim Bogar. Did all he could do, and I'm okay with that because we're in a 2-strike count. We're good.
2-2 pitch. And O'Brien, who has struck out twice, able to work the count here, laying off some low pitches.
That was a hair higher out of Max's hand. He has to commit. It just came out low, and it was an easier take than if it would have been mid-thigh high to start.
That's a fair ball over the bag. Rendon had a chance to get him, but he couldn't get the handle. And O'Brien safe with 2 outs here in the 6th.
Great glove play. The exchange got a little bit tricky. I mean, that's a double, so he saved that part. What a play with the glove. And then right there, tremendous effort. Base hit all the way.
Yeah, 4th hit by the Marlins. Brian Anderson, the batter, and he got around a slider, put it into the left field corner last time. And like that time, Juan Soto is way off the left field line. That's on the edge for strike 1.
I wonder if Alan Porter knows that Max needs 10 for 300. I always used to wonder if they were aware of milestones. A little argument going on here, huh?
Yeah, telling the rookie to get back in there.
Well, we know he doesn't like Murph. Now he doesn't like Anderson. Remember when they got into it at second?
Yeah, if he's arguing, Alan Porter got it right. Fastball tipped into Wieder's mitt, strike 2. So they're coming to their feet here in the 6th inning. And he reached out and hit the slider fair, Wilmer Defoe. So the 6th inning will end with Max Scherzer at 8 strikeouts and 298. Some opportunities, but it's a lot of fun watching something like this. Last week of the season, penultimate home game, and 2 to go.
A crowd into it.
He's got to do it, right? 2 to go.
Well, you hope he does it, and then maybe he pitches Sunday against the Rockies. I know the Rockies are rooting for him to do it right now. They're probably all around the TV waiting for Max to strike out a couple more, but it's got a great atmosphere in the ballpark. The crowd into it, all on their feet right there. And how lucky are we to watch Max Scherzer pitch every year?
Well, Matt Wieder's doing some serious hacking these days. 2 for 2 tonight. Opposite field homer last night with 3 walks. 3-run homer Saturday. So he's working on 3 really good offensive games in a row. Another inning for Drew Raczynski, who threw 15 pitches, 9 strikes in the 5th. So the box score has a multi-hit night for Anthony Rendon with the 3-run homer and a base hit. And the batting average in right around the .310 mark. Matt Wieters, the aforementioned 2 base hits. Bryce has been on base 3 times. 2 walks and a double. Ball 2. And they got something else to be happy about in Colorado. Milwaukee got 2 in the first at St. Louis and still leading 2-0 there in the 3rd. The Rockies are a half game behind the Cardinals for the 2nd wild card. While we are in Colorado, they will be at Wrigley Field. 3-1. There's Jarlin Garcia, the lefty. And a tapper to the pitcher.
All right, Winterfest presented by StubHub is coming home for the holidays right here to Nats Park, December 1st and 2nd. That's a Saturday and a Sunday, so circle that weekend right now. If you buy your tickets before September 30th, you won't have to listen to that music in the background. Visit nationals.com. You also save a lot of money.
Trying to pick up on that tune. I don't know if I know that one.
It was just like a 4-year-old hitting the same key while I was reading the whole time.
Okay, got it. Christmas chopsticks. I get it. Defoe a walk and a fly ball to right center on which Lewis Brinson made a brilliant running and then diving play. That was important for the Marlins because Wieters was already standing on second. And just a note on Max Scherzer, he's making tonight his 33rd start, and he's just gone at least 6 innings for the 30th time. Good cut by Wilmer. 1-2.
I honestly think if Wilmer really works on getting on top of the baseball and hitting more ground balls, I know with the shifts that's not what you want to do now, but he's got such good speed. If he hit more ground balls and line drives, that average would be way higher than 230. He could hit 280, but he just has an uppercut swing, and unless you're going to hit 20, that's not conducive to a high average because his defense and his arm are fantastic. You know, maybe work on the short game and getting on top of the baseball for next year, and
yeah,
he'll have way better numbers.
Way inside, 3-2. Swing and a miss on a ball down and in. Pretty good cutting action by Raczynski. 2 outs, and here comes Max. Pretty good rip. And a good pitch by Ruchinski, strike 2. Bouncer. And that one got JT Realmuto on the way by.
Here all week.
Good take, 3-2. Adam Eaton on deck here in the bottom of the 6th. And this one out to short for JT Riddle. 1-2-3 inning for Ruchinski. Max will get a quick breather and then go to work again 6, 7, and 8 when the top of the 7th rolls around. By Visit Annapolis. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by Lexus, experience amazing. Isn't it great to play a ball game and it's not raining? It's been a great night here. 76 at game time. Kind of muggy. Max working hard. So up P. We've seen strikeouts 1 through 4. How about 5 through 8?
All right, I'm in. Fios by Verizon. And Exmo is always fun to watch. Max, 100% fiber optic network. Show you some heat there. 100% phenomenal. Some high heat to Lewis Brinson. Remember, he shuck off twice to get to that pitch. Get Fios.com. A little change up floating in there that JT Realmuto, and Max makes us all want to just lose our mind like that guy. Just a primal scream after. That's why strikeouts are fun.
Lewis Brinson, 2 strikeouts. Number 3 to end the 2nd, number 6 to end the 4th. Both swinging. Fastball rides up and in, and a lot of hitters have a hole in their swing up there. buckled him on that hook. 85 on the slider. 1-2. Mercedes-Benz.
Got him on the high fastball. We just showed you that highlight. That was in the 4th.
Number 9 and 299.
He wants this so bad. Front row moment.
Yeah, they're fine if they don't have to work much tonight, if at all. That's a little bit high to Austin Dean. Hit by a pitch, a changeup in the 3rd, and then struck out swinging to start the 5th. Oh, and that was a fastball chasing him that time. 2-1. Front door on the slider. It stayed in. Ball 3.
Close.
So much action on that. That thing was way outside by the time Wieters caught it. And Max Scherzer is 1 strike away.
I knew this would be cool. I didn't think it would be this cool.
And the kid Dean hanging tough here.
The crowd is into it. This is awesome drama here in the 7th. Going for number 300, a 3-2 fastball. Erica almost had it. And we'll do it again. He's in swing mode. He goes slider right here. He's swinging. He can expand the zone if he makes that slider look like a strike, because he's getting close to the heater. He's starting to time it up. I think he wants to do it with the fastball, Cart. I really do.
Well, that's kind of like Max,
right?
Isn't it?
I think he does.
Swing and a miss. Number 3 300 for Max Scherzer. The ball goes to the dugout as they throw a different ball around the infield. That was a 10-pitch battle between Scherzer and Dean. And that one is over the infield by Magneuris Sierra. I thought the kid did a good job of just kind of standing up outside the batter's box as a visiting player and letting the home crowd and the home player have their moment.
That was the coolest moment of the year at the ballpark by far. You knew he had the slider, and I feel like, you know what? He wanted to do it on a fastball, darn it. And finally he went with his catcher and said, the slider's there. You knew he was in swing mode. Standing ovation from the bullpen, everybody here. Congratulations, Max. You thrilled us again.
Derek Dietrich hits for the pitcher. These guys have had some battles. He's hit a couple of homers off Max, who has struck him out 14 times. High in the air, left side. Juan Soto is there. And Max Scherzer now can walk off the field after 7 innings, knowing he has 300 strikeouts this year.
For 300. And we get a minute, we'll show it to you again. But between innings was cool. Standing ovation coming off the field, all kinds of hugs in the dugout. And 300 strikeouts for Max Scherzer, amazing.
Line drive, right center. Adam Eaton. All the way to the scoreboard it goes. He's on for the 3rd time tonight. And you know, the Nats could use an extra run or two along the line here. It's a 3-1 game still.
Yeah, but who cares, Bob? Strikeouts are sexy, and here's number 300. Finally went to the slider on a 3-2 pitch, and there's a shot we have coming up here. Watch the relief here at the end. Right there. He wanted it so bad, and he got it here tonight. Now he gets to take it to the house. Another amazing year for Max Scherzer. He thrilled us all season long, and he's thrilled us every 5th day since he's become a Nat. We are lucky to watch the future Hall of Famer.
Well, I care because I want Max to win this game. Right now it's 3-1. Is he going to continue? I mean, are those high fives for the strikeouts, or is he done for the night?
He's done.
All right. Love to see Max get number 18 along with that. He ends the night with exactly 100 pitches. And that's inside to Trey Turner. Trey trying to extend that on-base streak to 25 games. 0 for 3 tonight. Tyler Kinley, 27-year-old right-hander for the Marlins, is the new pitcher. Faces Trey Turner for the 2nd time. Hit him with a pitch first time they matched up. That one kind of flying inside, 2-0.
We usually show you the top moments of the year kind of in a highlight reel toward the end. That has to be number 1 for me. It may be because it just happened, but, you know, driving to the yard today, you knew he was going for 300. You knew it would be cool. I didn't know it would be that cool. That exceeded everything I thought it would be. Unbelievable.
3-0. Tim Collins, Greg Holland.
And a tip of the cap to the fans here tonight. They were into it, and they knew that there wasn't anything on the scoreboard. They were keeping track, and when he hit 300, they went nuts. That whole at-bat, they were going nuts.
3-1 to Trey. Max Scherzer's 18th game this year with 10 strikeouts. And number 82 career. Turner out to short, 1 hopper. Riddle, first out, 7th inning. So franchise history. Max the 2nd to do it. Pedro 305. Wow, 21 years ago for Pedro Martinez.
I played behind him that year, and I think he won 15 or 16 games and won the Cy Young because he struck out 305 hitters. And his ERA was ridiculous, too.
And I love the point you bring up, because with all the discussion about wins versus ERA, the strikeouts are a big deal.
That's a hard
huge deal.
That's a hard number to ignore. I don't want to get in Cy Young talk and take away from the moment right now, but that's just a hard number to ignore.
That's a wild pitch. Over to third, Adam Eaton. Not much Real Muto could do with that. And now Bryce has a great chance for number 101.
Good read. See ya.
Yeah. Third walk tonight, 129 on the year.
It's playing with fire right there, isn't it? Because this guy's beyond locked in and stepping into the box right now.
Anthony Rendon 1 for 1 against Tyler Kinley.
I mean, if he's going to drive in 100. You know, I've mentioned that the Jeff Kent Barry Bonds thing in San Francisco when Kent won the MVP because he hit behind Barry. And I was always thinking that would happen here to somebody hitting behind Bryce.
Got a piece of that one, and then the foul got a piece of JT Realmuto.
Yeah, Pedro was 17-8 with a 1.90 that year, 305 strikeouts. Celebrate, man. It's a lot of hard work. Probably going over every pitch of that last at-bat. The slider was there, Carp. That's why I think just knowing Max, and I think if he had his druthers, he wanted to do it on 95, 96. And then finally, Wieters put down 3, and it was there 3 pitches earlier because you knew that Austin Dean was in swing mode right there, and he finally went to the slider and couldn't hold up.
You know there's still some adrenaline pumping. He's trying to settle down, isn't he?
I still have adrenaline pumping. You know he does.
Well, nobody finding any holes in this swing right now. Rendon had a funny sound. That's a busted bat.
He going so good, I thought that was going to be fair when he first made contact. All right, we're giving stuff away. Obviously, Teddy had a lot of night lights in his garage. Screech night lights. Here, you can have one, and you can have one, and I'm going to have one.
One ball, 2 strikes. Dan, what's up?
Oh, Bob, after that broken bat, you know, Anthony Rendon's been going so well, and I guess his bat's been with him for a lot of the damage that he's done lately, so he shattered this bat. I mean, from almost the handle all the way up to the barrel, and Kevin Long said, keep it, it's hot, keep the same bat. Anthony didn't listen.
He'd probably get hit with it.
On base 3 times tonight. This is out of play on the other side. They're trying everything.
was watching a replay of a game the other night, maybe a classic, and I saw an intentional walk, the old school one, and I looked at it and it looked so weird. The catcher standing up with his glove out.
Used to go on the pitch count.
Yeah.
Doesn't anymore. Pitchers have to like that.
Most pitchers didn't like doing it. They said it was hard to kind of gear down and ease a ball in there when you're throwing in the mid-90s.
Two balls, two strikes, and that thing hits the bag, but I think it might have hit Rendon first. Anthony got hit with that ball, then it rolled right down the line and hit the bag. So another sign that a guy's going pretty well.
Angel almost made web gems right here. The ball hit the bag. Watch Angel. Come on, Angel, make a play right here. You could do it. You used to play baseball. Watch, you could make this play. You got it. Come on. Ah. Good try, Angel. Almost made the play. Super close.
Now they bounce one in, 3-2. So pitch number 11 in this AB about to happen. 3-1 Nats have out hit the Marlins 6-5. Phone ringing in the left field bullpen.
Bryce is ducking for cover because he's throwing $1 billion over there on the pickoffs.
Yeah, and every throw's been high.
And about 106.
Three, 2, 1 out. In case you lost track. And Rendon with a long drive out to right center. Up against the scoreboard. Brinson can't get it. He goes down. A run scores. Rendon to second. And over to third is Harper. The Nats have an add-on run. It's 4-1.
He's beyond. I don't even know what beyond locked in is, but whatever zone Anthony Rendon is in, I don't know that we've ever seen him. 200th career double. Stayed in the fight, finally got one up and out over the plate, and he is just feeling it. The rhythm is unbelievable. This ball tails away from Brinson. I thought he had a beat on it. I couldn't see once he got there. Might have alligator armed it once he got close to the wall. But another double, another RBI. 91 now, 9 shy of 100. Can he do it?
Soto intentionally walked, and the bases are loaded for Ryan Zimmerman.
I've seen Anthony Rendon hot cart, but I've never seen him this relaxed and this just rhythmic at the plate when he sets his hands, and it's just like, I mean, as hitters, we all try to get to that state of relaxation. He's talking hitting right now with Rojas. He said, I was pulling off, I'm staying in. That was good stuff, but watch. Was that the 12th pitch? 12th pitch double.
Wow.
Okay, they're talking hitting at second base. He's talking about being rotational, pulling out, and Anthony just showed him the same thing and how he's staying in now, keeping that front side closed. That little rhythm move I told you about where he kind of sets his hands, closes the front side, and then he just has some of the quickest hands I've ever seen. 11 pitch at bat.
Well, Ryan Zimmerman, Nats already on top by 3. He faces Kinley for the first time, and he could just take this game and bust it wide open. Kind of like that. Harper scores. Here comes Rendon. Racing for third is Soto. Ryan Zimmerman makes it 6-1. And that gives him 51 runs batted in.
Fastball right back up the middle on cue. Carp, nice call. The mound almost got him. Did you see that kick a little bit toward JT Riddle? Hit it so hard though, it stayed up the middle. It looked like Brinson got fooled that Juan Soto went to third. It looked like he was ready for that.
So the Nats coming up big on the heels of Scherzer's 300 strikeout. They go out and score 3 runs, and they might get more. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Did I see a plane pass in front of the moon?
That's how big Anthony Rendon's seeing the baseball right now. Did you see that plane? That was so cool.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of cheese in the ballpark tonight. Max struck out 10. He's got 300, so why not a little outer space cheese? And here's Nick Whitgren, who takes over for the Marlins here in the bottom of the 7th with only 1 out. 27-year-old right-hander, and it'll be his 31st appearance. Matt Wieters first up against him. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Soto and Zimmerman the runners.
Here, just sitting on a plane, reading a book, drinking. Oh, that's scary.
That gets me every time I see it. That's
just when it moves the wrong way.
Yeah, we love you, Max, but Wieters 0 for 1 against the righty. How about 1 for 2? Soto held up, and now he comes home, and it's 7-1, and the rout is on here in the 7th inning. Matt Wieters' 3rd hit of the night.
Adam Eaton got it started with a double. Bryce intentionally walked. Tony 200 bags with a double. Another walk. Single, single. Line moving. Time for Wilmer to join the fun.
Andrew Stevenson batting for Scherzer in a moment. Here's Wilmer.
Oh. Fan made a nice effort there. Couldn't hold on.
Max Scherzer's ERA, by the way, went down to 2.53 tonight. 4 clicks down with 1 hit in 7 innings, or 1 run in 7 innings. 5 hits. Defoe 1 for 1 against Whitgren, and now he's got an 0-2 battle on his hands. To the right side. They'll get the in-between runner. Wieters at second as Zimmerman ends up at third on the fielder's choice.
All right, MLB At Bat is your #1 Nationals At Bat app. Get Nationals home screen icons and features such as live radio broadcasts, MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, stats, and news. Download MLB At Bat today. All right, you feel like this one's going to be hit hard somewhere.
Andrew's had great ABs lately. We say it every night because he keeps on doing it. So now Max Scherzer officially out of the game. Low and away. One appearance against Whitgren, who walked him.
Early in Chicago, but the Pirates are up 3-0 and the Brewers are up 6-0.
And by the way, that's Gio, and he has driven in a run tonight, pitching for the Brewers.
A 2nd inning in Chicago, 4th inning in St. Louis.
Ball 3. That's a strike, 3-1.
(6-3) in St. Louis.
Oops. Stevenson aboard and the bases are loaded.
Good at bat. Shocking.
Yeah, Yadier Molina just hit his 20th. Back to Adam Eaton, who started all of this. So the Nats batting around here in the 7th. So Adam on 3 times tonight. Batting average at .296.
Gauging.
A lot of RBIs with the bases loaded for Adam Eaton. Taking all the way on 2-0. Pitch was low in the zone. A base hit, fielder's choice, a walk, getting those runners aboard. And that'll even things up 2-2.
Where's Adams' average at? What is he at? 296?
Yeah, he is. He's picked up 2 points tonight. Target away. Fastball up and away.
That one wasn't rubbed up well enough for Nick Wickred. He threw it out. Nice try, Drew. That was pretty cool. I like seeing that. That was a good piece by Dan. I liked it a lot.
Tim Bogar used to work for Rawlings, by the way. He knows all about baseballs. That's up the middle. Zimmerman scores. Here comes Defoe. It is 9-1. And Adam Eaton's on for the 4th time and getting a little closer to 300.
Good at bat. Right back up the middle. Showed you the numbers with the bases loaded. He did not disappoint. Nice extension through the baseball. And the 11th hitter of the inning coming up.
Yeah, 43 career RBIs with the bases loaded for Adam Eaton. So it's Stevenson to third, Adams at first, and Trey Turner another chance to get that on base streak to 25. Had a 3-1 count last time, and he hit a 1-hopper to short.
Adam Eaton at 298 right now.
Nice. Nats had single hits in the first 5 innings. And after going 1-2-3 last inning, they've doubled their hit total now. And a strike. It's 2-1.
Trey at 271. He'd probably like to get to 280, 20 and 70 if he could. 18 home runs, 68 driven in. It's weird, Carp, but as a player, if you know you're close to, they say you're hitting 269, you want to hit 270. You're hitting 270 something, you want to hit 280. Obviously, if you're in the 290s, you want to get to 300 if you can.
Sure.
But you always want to be to that next highest number.
3-2 runner at first going, and Trey Turner is swinging a miss. Huge inning for the Nats. 6 runs, and to the 8th it's 9-1.
The top of the 8th. Matt Wieters with a great night, but the story was Max, right? We all came to the ballpark tonight hoping we'd see number 300. Nobody wanted it more than the guy you're looking at. Erica probably wanted it as much, and here it is, 3-2 slider. And this place went nuts. Pretty cool moment for Max, tipping his cap, waving to the fans, standing ovation from the bullpen. There's the ball, and take it to the house, Max. What a season once again. And will he win his 3rd National League Cy Young in a row? We shall see. 300 is a tough number to ignore.
So Max goes 7 for the 19th time this year, and some amazing numbers attached to it. Here's Tim Collins now. The Nats need 6 outs to nail this one down. Opponent's batting average low, really good against lefties, and he gets JT Riddle to start the inning, who's 0 for 1 against him. That's 29-year-old right-hander, 37th appearance. Adrian Sanchez to third. Victor Robles to center. Andrew Stevenson to right. Pitcher is in the leadoff spot. Adam Eaton the rest of the night off, as well as Bryce Harper. And let's see, Robles is batting 3rd, Sanchez 4th.
Boys will probably do a little congratulatory toast to Max once they all get in the clubhouse after this one. Usually in big moments, that's what happens right after the game, just the team before the media gets in there.
One and two. High riding fastball out of play to the left side. Rough right for the Marlins bullpen in the 7th. Ben Meyer for the 8th. And Collins with that breaking ball. Turner backhand, floated the throw, and Ryan Zimmerman really went airborne to maybe keep that thing from going into the dugout. Base hit all the way for JT Riddle, his first of the night.
Yeah, Ryan's
Shortstop's got some range.
Ryan snatched that as to avoid contact with Riddle. Watch, the throw takes him into the base runner, and he's like, I am not crashing into you. And good effort to keep that from going in the dugout. Would have been a great play if he made it. Good effort.
There's Yadiel Rivera getting a pinch hitting appearance for Rojas. Yadiel Rivera, 26-year-old infielder from Caguas, Puerto Rico. And Collins gets a check swing on the curveball that was coming back. Throw him another one, little chopper and foul. Count stays 0-2. Overmatched him with a heater right there. Uncertain swing. First out, 8th inning.
Yeah, locked him up in between. You think the hardest part for JT Realmuto is watching his buddies, Christian Yelich probably going to the postseason, maybe the MVP of the National League, Giancarlo Stanton in the wild card game with the Yankees, Ozuna grinding it out with the Cardinals in a pennant race. So it's one thing to see your buddies go to other teams, but then to see them all in the hunt for October, that can't be easy.
One pitch and a breaking ball down and in. Collins effective lately. Matt Grace has had a good year. Sean Doolittle is Sean Doolittle, and that's good enough for anybody. So right now the left side of the bullpen looking pretty good. That's high and tight to JT, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, it's good to have Sean Doolittle back. That was a big part of this season, missing for a long time. There's the doctor.
Talking about you, buddy. 3-2 with one out, and Real Muto off to the right side.
Somebody on Twitter last night gave me a good idea, and I'm going to take it from them. They said we should call the bullpen cart Doober. But you know,
I like it.
Draw out the do and call it his own personal Doober. Yeah. What do you think?
I like it.
What do you think, Sean? Can you hear us?
They
wave if you can hear us. No, you don't like it?
Probably won't be getting the email that says thanks for tipping.
There's no way on home game number 80 they have the volume on down there. No shot.
And Real Muto hits it well out to left center, but that's where Robles is playing. Look at that scouting and that execution. I mean, that's a double in the good old days, but not now. 2 outs.
All right, he made the play, and now we're going to show him check swigging for about 30 more seconds. Nats Plus memberships are on sale now. Join the best member benefits program in all of baseball. Get the best seats for 2019, all while saving money compared to single game tickets. For more information or to become a Nats Plus member, visit nationals.com/2019. Did he go?
Tim Collins is going. So Peter O'Brien up next, and Austin Williams on the way for the Nats. Will allow us to play a full game at 4 o'clock tomorrow, then an off day, and then to Coors Field, Denver, Colorado, for a very important weekend series for Colorado's playoff hopes. They're up 3-1 on the Phillies tonight after blasting them last night. So that is it. Austin Williams gets a righty matchup with Peter O'Brien. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the 8th. 25-year-old right-hander from Fort Worth, Texas. I think most of the players coming out of Texas now, they're named Austin. Seems like a trend. It's his 9th big league appearance.
Makes sense. It's better than San Antonio.
That ball is crushed and right out of here, and it's 9-3. Peter O'Brien, 4th homer in his 18th big league game.
That ball got out in a hurry. It's 110 miles an hour.
Wow. Brian Anderson now. So Tim Collins charged with the run after giving up the base hit to Riddle.
Good slider.
Out of play, right side.
If the Nats hold on here, Max Scherzer win his 18th. But they'll go to 8-2 in these blue unis, and you feel like they're probably going to wear them a little more next year, right? 8-2,
80%, 800 winning percentage.
Yeah.
Why not? 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brian Anderson. He's already driven in a run with a double tonight, and that's up and away. Swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball. That's it for the 8th. The Marlins pick up a couple. It's all Nats with 3, 4, 5 coming up. Sanchez, Soto, bottom of the 8th coming up, and this is 25-year-old Minneapolis native, former Marlins 29th round pick, Ben Meyer, rookie, 13th appearance, and he's off to a rough start. 25 hits, 22 earned runs in 18 innings, 9 strikeouts, 13 walks, so that's an ERA of 11. So both ball clubs will get some players into the ball game in a blowout situation here. David Martinez just making sure everybody's in the right place in the order. Scoreboard had Sanchez 3rd, but it's going to be Robles. So we'll make that correction. Yadiel Rivera at short for JT Riddle. And there's a fastball from Meyer. Right in there to Robles. There's Isaac Galloway, who takes over in left. Brian Holiday, the new catcher. And Christopher Bostic, a former Nats farmhand, does that second. Little flare. Not able to reach the fair ball. First baseman Peter O'Brien. Just kind of funny in baseball, and we talked about this a lot, how we kind of start in spring training. Roster gets pared down, then you play the regular season. Then in September, we kind of revert back to where we were in March in terms of personnel. Just a weird way to end the season. First pitch tonight at 7:05 from Max, and nearly 3 hours later, the Nats have this one well in hand. Just 3 outs to get in the top of the ninth. And a shot right to the pitcher.
Yeah, Meyer just stuck his glove out. It went right in there.
Sanchez is next.
I think 300 is important for Juan Soto too in that Rookie of the Year thing. You're looking at guys with numbers. Maybe you can get to 22, 23 home runs, 70 RBI, and 300. Doesn't have a hit yet tonight, so big at bat coming. For him personally.
Yeah. Looks like the ninth will belong to Jimmy Cordero. One ball, two strikes. Meyer to Sanchez. A lot of action on that curveball at 78. Nice swing, Sanchez. Adrian waited for it, and he's got a knock. That's his 10th hit at the big league level this year. Here comes Soto.
That's a good spot in the order tonight. Anthony was a triple shy of the cycle. At that spot, 4 for 4 on base every time. Hit by a pitch in the second was Anthony, and a homer, a single, and a double, and now a single for Sanchez. Yeah, I don't think you go green light here, up by 6 in the 8th.
All right, and Soto, second hit, walk tonight for him, and that's 76 in his rookie year. A big hit for Ryan last inning. Rendon had double to get the Nats a 3-run lead. Then Ryan really opened it up with that base hit up the middle to drive in 2. Made it 6-1. The Nats are off and running, and Zimmerman now has 29 RBIs in his last 43 games, and he's at 51 for the season. Nice rip. Looking for two of the Marlins. Rivera to Bostic to O'Brien on a 6-4-3. So the Nats put 9 runs on the board tonight on 11 hits. Scherzer, his 18th win of the year. It's Jimmy Cordero. Well, it goes without saying these days the most fertile ground for young talent in the Caribbean is the Dominican Republic. And look at the Nats, how well represented they are. Kelvin Herrera, veteran guy on the DL now. But these are the young guys. And unbelievable futures for those bottom 2. And we hope great things ahead for the other 5 as well. A lot of teams have invested big money in baseball academies in the Dominican Republic, and why not?
Numbers on Jimmy Cordero. Opponent's hitting 290 against the mid to upper 90s fastball.
26 years of age, and this will be his 20th big league appearance. Lewis Brinson, Brian Holiday, and Magneuris Sierra for the Marlins here in the 9th. Low fastball, a tapper, bare hand, and he throws it behind the runner. It hits the barrier and goes down the line and into second base. Brinson on an ill-advised throw. Base hit, E1.
Yeah, Matt Wieder's going to go see if Jimmy Cordero's okay. He kind of hit hard after he threw this. And like you said, probably better off not chunking that one down the right field line.
Wow. And the Nats will see 30-year-old catcher Brian Holiday. Previous big league time, parts of 7 years with the Tigers, Rangers, Red Sox, and again with Detroit. Minor league free agent signing for the Marlins last November. And Cordero behind 1-0.
Yeah, the 11 walks in 16 innings has got to get better. Got the good fastball, just got to harness it.
That's a good breaking ball. Right to the outside edge with the slider, 2-2. Challenge fastball. It got around late. Playable for Ryan Zimmerman. First out here in the ninth. Magneuris Sierra next. He's 1 for 3. Base hit last time. And he's 1 for 1 with a couple of RBIs against Jimmy Cordero. Johnny Holiday, Dan Colco out in left field waiting for this one to wrap up. And if you haven't seen enough strikeouts to this point, stay tuned. That's extra. You'll see a whole lot more coming up. Did that ball bounce?
It sure did.
I'm like, okay, I saw a swing and I saw some dirt. High fastball. Sierra hits it the other way. Soto cruising to it. Now the Nats are an out away from their 80th win of the year. Isaac Galloway came into play left field last inning. Oh, pardon me. The scoreboard had Bostic first and Galloway ninth. We'll flip-flop that. So Christopher Bostic. Little bit up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jammed him, and he turns on it and gets a base hit. Brinson around to score easily, and it's a 9-4 ball game.
Telling you, no matter what the score, it's an honor to be out there for that 27th out, and especially in a Max Scherzer win. So still one big out to get for Jimmy Cordero. Trying to protect win number 18 for Max, and like you said, win number 80 on the season.
Now it's Isaac Galloway. 0 for 1 against Cordero. And this one popped up and out of play to the right.
I'm seeing right now online that the 150 hits Max has given up this year would be the fewest ever allowed by a pitcher with a 300 strikeout season ever. Pedro Martinez gave up 158 in 1997 when he struck out 305. That was the previous best, but that would be the fewest ever hits given up. Very cool. Just another little tidbit to throw on the Cy Young resume.
I think that's a number that should mean something.
Get excited, everybody at home. That's a good one, though. I like that.
1-2. Trey Turner to his left. Little shovel to Defoe, and the ball game's over. Max Scherzer makes history. He wins his 18th game, and for the first time, a Nationals pitcher has 300 strikeouts in a season. What a good night at the ballpark. The Nats win their 80th game of the year, and they're 40-40 at home. More from Nationals Park straight ahead.